Folks, let me hit you with a hard truth right off the bat. Inflation is silently eating away at your hard-earned savings. It's like a thief in the night, diminishing the value of your money. This isn't some far-off problem, it's happening right now. The cost of living keeps going up, and if your savings aren't growing faster than these prices, you're losing ground. But don't worry, because I've got good news. With the right knowledge and strategies, you can protect your nest egg and ensure a comfortable retirement. We're going to break down what inflation really means for your retirement, and more importantly, what you can do about it. So let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. All right, let's start with the basics. Inflation is the increase in the price of goods and services over time. The value of money decreases as prices go up, meaning you need more money to buy the same things. Inflation happens for several reasons, like more money in circulation or increased production costs. It's a normal part of our economy, but it is something we need to plan for. When you're working, your income usually increases over time, helping you keep pace with inflation. But in retirement, your income is often fixed. Social Security has cost of living adjustments, but they don't always keep up with actual inflation rates. If you're relying on savings or investments, you need those to grow faster than inflation to maintain your purchasing power. Understanding inflation is the first step in protecting your retirement. In the next sections, we'll look at exactly how inflation impacts your retirement savings and what you can do to stay ahead of it. Now that we understand what inflation is, let's talk about how it impacts your retirement savings. Imagine you've saved up a nice nest egg of $500,000 for retirement. That $500,000 won't have the same buying power in 20 years as it does today. If we assume an average inflation rate of 3%, that $500,000 will only have the purchasing power of about $276,000 in 20 years. This is why it's crucial to factor inflation into your retirement plan. In the next sections, we'll dive into strategies you can use to protect your retirement savings from inflation. All right, now that we've covered the problem, let's talk solutions. There are several short-term strategies you can implement right now to help protect your retirement savings from inflation. First up, take a good hard look at your current expenses. Are there areas where you can cut back? Every dollar you save now is a dollar that can grow and fight inflation later. Next, consider adjusting your investment strategy. Look into Treasury inflation protected securities, TIPS, which are government bonds indexed to inflation. Another short-term strategy is to make sure any cash you're holding is working as hard as possible. Look into high-yield savings accounts or money market funds. These short-term strategies are just the beginning. To truly inflation-proof your retirement, you'll need to combine these with long-term tactics, which we'll discuss in the next section. Section 5, Long-Term Tactics for Inflation-Proof Retirement. Now let's shift gears and talk about long-term strategies. First and foremost, we need to talk about investing in stocks. Over the long term, stocks have consistently outpaced inflation. From 1926 to 2022, the S&P 500 has returned an average of about 10% per year. But don't just throw all your money into stocks willy-nilly. You need a balanced, diversified portfolio. This might include a mix of domestic and international stocks, bonds, and even some alternative investments like real estate. Another long-term strategy is to consider delaying Social Security benefits. For each year you delay claiming Social Security beyond your full retirement age, up to age 70, your benefits increase by about 8%. Lastly, don't forget about the power of continued learning and skill development. Remember, these long-term strategies require patience and consistency. Section 6, the power of diversification. Now, let's dive deeper into one of the most powerful tools in your inflation-fighting arsenal, diversification. It's spreading your investments across different types of assets to reduce risk and increase your chances of beating inflation. Why is diversification so important? Because different assets perform differently under various economic conditions. When inflation is high, some investments might struggle while others thrive. By diversifying, you're creating a portfolio that can weather different economic storms, including periods of high inflation. A diversified portfolio might include a mix of stocks, bonds, real estate, and even commodities. Don't forget about international diversification too. By investing in foreign markets, you're spreading your risk geographically and gaining exposure to different currencies. Diversification helps manage risk and can improve your chances of achieving long-term financial goals. The key is to find the right balance for your individual situation and risk tolerance. Section 7. Staying ahead. Regular financial checkups. To truly stay ahead of inflation, you need to make regular financial checkups a habit. Think of it like maintaining your car. You don't just fill it up with gas once and expect it to run forever. At a minimum, I recommend reviewing your financial situation annually. But if you can manage it, a quarterly review can be even more beneficial. During these checkups, review your budget and investments. Are your expenses still in line with your plan? Has inflation caused any particular category to increase more than expected? Do you need to rebalance your portfolio to maintain your desired asset allocation? Don't forget to reassess your retirement goals during these checkups. Stay informed about changes in tax laws, Social Security benefits, and other factors that could affect your retirement planning. Stay consistent with these reviews, and you'll be well positioned to enjoy the retirement you've worked so hard for. Section 8. Your future self will thank you. As we wrap up this discussion on inflation and retirement, I want to leave you with an important message. Your future self will thank you for the steps you take today. It's easy to put off retirement planning. After all, for many of you, retirement might seem like a distant future. But let me tell you, time flies, and the sooner you start preparing, the better off you'll be. By taking action now, diversifying your investments, making regular financial checkups, and staying informed, you're patching that leak before it becomes a problem. Don't let the challenge of inflation discourage you. Every step you take to inflation-proof your retirement, no matter how small, is a step towards financial security and peace of mind. By taking control of your financial future, you're not just securing a comfortable retirement for yourself, you're setting an example for your kids and grandkids. So I encourage you to take action today. Here's to your happy, secure, and inflation-proof retirement.